Hello, my sunshine, and welcome to a new episode of the Hot Girl Morning Podcast. I am so excited and so grateful to have you here because in today's episode, we're going to do the most typical thing that we could possibly do on this podcast, which is basically giving you a motivational pep talk / inspiration to go for your dreams. Because I just feel like every now and then we need to zoom out and really realize what we actually want to do with our life. And I hope that this episode gives you the motivation and the inspiration that you need to follow your heart and do exactly what you need to be doing in your life to really fulfill your potential. If you don't know, my name is Greta. I'm an accountability and empowerment coach, and on this podcast, I talk about all things personal growth, mindfulness, self-love, manifesting your dreams, and becoming the best version of yourself. So if any of these topics sound interesting to you, make sure to follow this podcast, rate it 5 stars if you really enjoy it, or maybe send it to a friend who might need to hear this today. And to start this episode, if we're going to make a traditional episode, we have to start with the tradition that we always do on this podcast, which is basically giving me a sign from the universe. I have this beautiful book in my hand, which is called Living with Joy, Keys to Personal Power and Spiritual Transformation from Sanaya Roman. And I'm going to open up a random page and give you a sign. We have a quote on here today. Your attitude determines how you experience the world. Your attitude is the way you react to things that happen in your life. An attitude that creates joy is one in which you interpret what happens to you through the filter of joy. Your attitude and outlook act like a filter. When you have a positive, optimistic outlook, it filters out negative and denser perspectives and leads to joy. Your attitude is reflected in the words you use when you talk to yourself. Perhaps you have just succeeded in achieving a goal you wanted to accomplish. A joyful attitude says, "Congratulations, job well done." If your joyful self speaks words of praise, it helps you bring more of the same to yourself. Attitudes are magnetic, and every moment you spend in joy magnetizes another moment of joy. Joyful, light emotions are always more powerful in their ability to create the negative emotions. I just love this book so much. Your attitude determines how you experience the world and how true this is. And I think often we can recognize it ourselves when we're really in a bad mood, and no matter what's going to happen, you're going to see it in just this negative filter versus when you just did something that was really exciting, or you met up with a friend, and there's just this different way of looking at life. And I think the beautiful part of it is becoming aware that you are the creator of your life, and that you can influence the thoughts that you have in your mind. You can change the beliefs that you have in your mind, and you can create beliefs that are supporting you in creating a reality that you actually desire. And I know it sometimes sounds really easy, and it's just just think positive. And it's important to recognize that you have probably spent years and years practicing these negative filters, and it's not going to happen from one day to the next where you're just going to be a happy, positive person. That's also not the goal. But to recognize that step by step with practice, you can change what is going on internally in your mind. You can change your filter. You can change the way you look at life. And I think that is also partly what we're about to do today. It's about zooming out, seeing the bigger picture, and understanding, okay, the struggles that you're in right now, they do not define you. They do not change your whole entire life. It is just something that happens right now. And once you learn to kind of detach from these little struggles of life, it helps you go through life with so much more ease and so much less pain. And I don't know if you're anything like me. I used to be a person who did a lot of overthinking and analyzing and worrying. I am a pro at worrying. And I think once I learned to really trust deeply that everything that is happening for me, everything that is happening for me in a way, and to learn to see it in this way, it took a lot of that pain and overthinking away, because it wasn't anymore that I was at that point of overthinking. I wish something turned out differently, but it's I don't fight against what has happened in the past. And I don't fight against what is happening right now, but it's like I'm taking the best out of it, and it's just a different attitude. Okay, so well, I hope that this message was somehow interesting to you and that you needed to hear it today. But to start this episode, I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to know that you're safe, you're loved, and you're protected. And sometimes life can feel like a lot. The world can feel like a lot with wars happening, nature catastrophics, and just so many things that are always happening. It can just take a toll on us, on our mental health, and it can feel like this whole world is just a cruel place. And I want this episode to be a way for you to take a deep breath, to reconnect with yourself, to reconnect with your dreams, and to change the filter that you're currently seeing the world through. And I think once we embrace more love towards others and really like letting that energy guide us, I think this is also when so much of this energy will be reflected back at us, and there's just a beautiful ripple effect that happens. And I think what we need to do is we need to share love with the world and follow our inner spark, follow our dreams, because that is going to make the world a better place. So I have no idea, honestly, what challenges you're currently going through. If you have just been through a breakup, if you have mental stuff that is just happening, or maybe you're having like a great day, then congratulations. I love that for you. But take these minutes from this episode today as a way for you to reconnect with yourself. This is really a time for you. You don't have to do anything like to perform or look a certain way. No, all you gotta do is be right here with my voice and reconnect with yourself, because it's so easy to run through life and not even recognize what is going on internally, and then it just feels like life is slipping through your fingers. And I want to help you gain back control over your life. I want to help you see how freaking amazing, beautiful you are, how freaking capable you are of creating the life of your dreams. And it always sounds like this big thing, like, oh my God, the life of my dreams, and I have to be rich, and I have to have the perfect relationship and friends and career and everything in between. But living your dream life is not even about getting to these like big goals. I think living your dream life is actually so much more about an attitude about life. It is about really learning to fall in love with the process of becoming, with the process of falling in love with yourself, with the process of creating the career of your dreams, with the process of finding a relationship, or with the process of making friends or getting to know yourself. So I think that is something that is so important as a core, because this world always tries to tell you that you have to achieve certain things to be able to say, this is my no. Like, all you have to do is be right here, right now, and find a way to truly enjoy the path that you're on. And I am not saying stick to things that do not make you happy. That's not what I'm saying at all. But there's beauty in the creation of your dreams. And once you learn to really feel it deep within your bones that the creation of your dreams is already your dream, I think this is the point where you already made it. And this is the point that is so wonderful and so incredibly beautiful. One thing that I want to mention here as well, if you are feeling anxiety and a lot of overwhelm, feeling lost, I think one message or one realization that really helped me in the past is realizing sometimes we're trying to fix the anxiety. We're trying to fix feeling lost, feeling overwhelmed. And that's not what we really have to do. it's about figuring out, okay, what is this anxiety trying to tell me? What is this feeling lost, that stuckness trying to tell me? And often the reason why we feel stuck, why we feel anxious, is because there is a deeper message that somewhere within us, our subconscious is trying to tell us, but we're not listening. And all we're doing is try to distract ourselves or try to fix it, but the issue is so much deeper. And once you grow the awareness of understanding, okay, what is really going on, this is where you will be able to finally fix what is, I wouldn't say broken, but what is like not in the best position right now. It's really about finding the deeper message. Anxiety is not your problem. It is trying to tell you something, and if there is something in some way that you currently feel stuck, I want to invite you to listen within and to try to understand, okay, what is this feeling trying to tell me? What is this pattern that is coming up over and over? What is it trying to tell me? And there is often something really deeper that goes on. And once you, number one, figure it out, you can find a way to fix it or find a way to heal that part of yourself. And that is honestly so powerful. Okay, now I have kind of lost track of what I actually wanted to talk about, but I thought this was so important. And I think it's also important to recognize that life is not perfect. Life is imperfectly perfect. And I think once we recognize that and allow that to be the case, that is so much more like life is chaotic. No matter where you are, you're gonna go through struggles. Like literally, if you're currently single, you're gonna have struggles being single. If you're in a relationship, you're gonna have struggles being in a relationship. If you don't have kids, you're gonna have struggles. If you have kids, you're gonna have struggles. If you have the typical 9-to-5 corporate job, you're gonna have struggles. If you have your own business, you're gonna have struggles. And the one thing that I want you to realize is, what struggles do you want to go through? What are the struggles that you want to honestly work through? Because taking away that romanticized picture of that your dream life will be everything just perfect and bubbles and butterflies, and just that will not be the case. Like life is meant to be chaotic. Life is meant to have up and downs, but choosing the struggles that you want to face is something that is incredibly important. So I'm asking you right now, what are the struggles that you want to go through? Do you want to have the struggles of being a business owner? Do you want to have the struggles of being a person who loves themselves and maybe then realizes that some people do not fit in your life anymore? Like, what are the struggles that you want to go through? And I want you to think right now about the things that make you happy. I want to let you think about, like, what are the things that bring you joy, that spark your heart, that just make you excited? What is it that gives you this like childlike feeling of, oh, I love this? And it doesn't matter if this is just like one thing that you really love to do, or if it's like 10 different things. But recognizing what are the things that you love on this earth, like what are the things that really bring you joy, is so powerful. Because I think what this world needs is more people doing what brings them joy. And it is not even about making a career out of it. It is about recognizing what fuels you, what gives you energy. So now looking at your life, what is taking away energy? What is really sucking away all your energy and all your joy? What is it that is making your life so much harder? And I want you to really recognize whether that's a person, that's a job, or maybe something that is internally happening within you. And there's a belief that is really taking away everything that you have. Like really try to become clear. What is that thing that really drains my energy? That is just that thing that's not good for me. And I want you to think about, okay, how can you change that situation? What about that situation can you change? Is it that you have to leave a job? Is it that there's a relationship that doesn't work anymore? Or do you have to have an open communication and share how you have been feeling? Like, what can you do about that situation? What can you do for yourself if you recognize that there's something that takes away your energy? And I understand there are certain things where we cannot do anything about it. There are certain things that we just have to go through and there's nothing we can do about it. But is there something about your mindset about it that you could improve? Is there some way how you could change your beliefs about it so it makes it easier to go through? Is there something how you could look at that a different way? Because maybe you realize, okay, the thing that's taking away my energy is depression or a sickness, and you cannot really change something about it. But as I said before, there's beauty once you realize that you get to romanticize and fall in love with the process of becoming. So how can you fall in love with that process in a way? And I know for certain situations, falling in love feels too big and it's too that's not what feels aligned. But is there any way how you can make this path easier for you? Because in the end, this is your life and you are responsible about your life. And you can go through life making decisions, doing things that you actually don't want to do. You can continue doing that. Or you could start to choose yourself, to choose self-love, to choose the path that you actually want to go. And it is not about changing from one day to the next, but it is about recognizing what you need, what your heart is telling you. So are you creating enough space in your life to listen within and to understand what your body and mind is trying to tell you? I want you to really think about that life you would like to create for yourself. And what you hopefully know from me, it is not about a certain life. It is about creating a feeling. So I want you to imagine right now, as we're having this conversation, think about the life that you want to create for yourself. And be honest with yourself. I don't want you to bullshit your way of not allowing yourself to dream big enough. I want you to truly take away what you believe about life and allow yourself to dream for this moment. How do you want your dream life to look like? How do you want your life to feel like? What energy do you want to be your driving motivator in your life? Do you want a life where you feel confident, where you feel at peace, where you feel connected and grounded and fulfilled and grateful and open to all emotions? And I'm always saying this, this is not about only feeling the happy emotions. This is about allowing yourself to feel whatever is inside. But there's this driving energy. So what is the life that you want to create for yourself? And you don't have to overcomplicate it. You don't have to try to do everything all at once. But once you know kind of this direction that you want to head in, you're going to take steps towards this. And it's not about being there the fastest. It's about you listening within, recognizing what you want and what you need, and making changes accordingly. So once again, I'm asking you, think about the life that you want to create for yourself. How does that look like? What people are you surrounded by? Where are you in this beautiful dream life? What is it that is giving you all this energy? How are you showing up? How do you look like? How do you feel like? What's the energy you give off? How do you talk to others? How do you talk to yourself? And I want you to really visually try to imagine this right now as we speak. What is the reality that you want to create for yourself? What if I told you that this can be your reality? What if I told you that creating this reality can already feel like achieving this reality? And it's going to be hard. It's going to have struggles and worries and all these things in between. But what if you could approach this with a way of curiosity and fun and excitement? You are meant for a big life. You're meant for these big goals, and there's a reason that you have been dreaming about this reality. There's a reason that these certain pictures are coming up to your mind. You are safe, you're loved, you are protected, and you're so much more powerful than you can even imagine. Do you want to continue wasting your time not going for what you actually want? Or do you want to take the steps? Do you want to change something about your life and actually go for it? Because deep down you realize that this is what you love and this is what you deserve, because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy on this earth. You deserve to really be happy. And I don't want you to spend another minute questioning yourself and your self-worth and if you're worthy being loved, because you're so worthy being loved. You're so worthy of all these things that you wish for in your life, and I just wish I could shake you and make you realize what a beautiful human and soul you are, and how important it is that you are here. It is so important that you are here. I'm already getting teary. All I want for you to realize is that you deserve better. You deserve to be happy, and you deserve to achieve anything you want. And I think so often we are our biggest critic, honestly. And what needs to change is how you talk to yourself, because this is not helping you. Like all this negative self-talk and trying to make you smaller, like that is not happening. I want you to see yourself as your best friend. And if my best friend would talk the way I sometimes talk to myself, like this wouldn't be my best friend. So change something about it. Become your own best friend. Recognize how you talk to yourself. And talk to yourself like someone you love. Literally talk to yourself like someone you love. I would love to help you on that path towards your dream life. If you haven't listened to last week's episode, I am starting the supportive bestie group / community, which is basically where you get a monthly masterclass every first Thursday of the month, as well as being in a WhatsApp group all together where you get reminders and empowerment. It's not going to be a group where you get like spammed every single day, but it's just a place of connection and empowerment where we're going to help each other to go for our dreams. And the master classes are going to have certain topics that I talk about, and we're doing exercises, and then there's going to be an open Q&A. If you want the first 3 months for free, I have the link down below. You just have to DM me on Instagram, supportive bestie, and then I know what's going to happen. My Instagram is called @greta.webhofer, greta.webhofer. But if you feel like you're like really, really ready to go for your dreams, and you're like, okay, I want to do it, but I don't know exactly where I want to go and what steps to take, and I feel a bit overwhelmed and I just need some support, I would love to be there for you. I do one-on-one coaching where I take people on a 3-month program, and where we step by step will figure out, okay, what is the reality that you want to create for yourself? Where are you right now? Where do you want to go? What's the vision? What is currently holding you back? And I'm going to take your hand as we realize step by step together how we can create that reality for you, and we will break it down. And as I said, I would love to help you do that. If you're interested in that, also let me know over on Instagram, or you can already book a free 30-minute call with me. The link will be down below, and then we can just have a conversation about it. But I would love to support you. The next spots will open up in August, and I would love to have you in there. But thank you so much for being here and for doing the work on yourself, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye.